Hey, we are here with Terra Invicta, and this is episode 92 of our campaign. We are deep into the abyss here. Things are gonna get even more demony, I'm sure. We last left off after fighting some blood fiends, which are kind of like undead demon things that serve Orcus, the Prince of Undeath, who you have just recently discovered or heard about. You quote unquote saved Dragos, and then Audrin and Deli decided to murder him.
We didn't decide, we were forced by a curse.
I don't think you were forced.
And
I think you were strongly compelled.
Forced by the curse of morality.
Yes.
Want to murder him too.
Dragos, the Moranoloth, Reaper, Charon looking guy, had been captured by these blood fiends, and you guys rescued him and then tried to murder him. Anna saved him.
Don't group me in with these guys.
And there may have been a demon bargain made off screen that Emily and I still need to figure out what it was.
Discuss a demon bargain.
If you have any thoughts, Emily, feel free to message them to me throughout the session. I think that the obvious one that we had bandied around was Luna. Was like, help me find Luna, or like track down Luna or whatever. So that's an easy one to fall back on. But we can always keep it in our back pocket for a suitably dramatic moment too, right? Like just decide on.
Marmu, I've come to bargain.
Yeah. But you guys are now traveling. You're continuing basically just to rely on Benedict's spells. Commune, I believe he was using to ask like a yes or no question of like, where do we go to like find Lavinia? And you guys have been kind of slowly working your way through the Abyssinian Ocean in an attempt to reach her. As a result, Benedict, last time it was revealed as the audience that he also was under the same curse that Deli and Audrin were, though while Deli and Audrin have been sent cured of their compulsion to violence, Benedict has not been. Now, I would like to be as transparent as possible. When I was listening back through the episode, or just thinking back through the episode, I realized Benedict had 2 levels of exhaustion, so he did actually not do a critical success on his deception check. He did not get that 22. He would have gotten a 12 instead. He had disadvantage on that roll. Now, because things have already moved past, we'll assume that you guys didn't notice at that point, right? But technically, the threshold, the DC is not critical 22. That'll, you guys will probably, we'll probably just have it be another roll that you can make at some point once it comes up again, and he'll roll a deception check at that point. Because the situation will have changed probably by the time that happens, and he will have advantage again, or not advantage, but he won't have disadvantage because he'll be healed up. But technically, he did not like perfectly deceive you. It was just like you didn't have, because we've already moved past it. We'll just assume you didn't notice in the moment, but you may notice in the future, and we'll see. Other than that, I think basically it's just trying to get to Lavinia today, right? That's our goal today.
Are we at a new day, or are we still on?
It would probably be the next day. So if I remember correctly,
6th.
we were on. Yeah, so it should be the 6th now. And
Weren't we supposed to arrive on the 5th though? To some point?
Yeah. So you, when we first started in the Gaping Maw, I rolled a D4 to see how long it would take you to get to a location. The intention for that was originally the place you're going to be, that I'm going to be bringing up next, but I changed it to be this encounter with Dragos, okay, because it ended up working out better. But probably just the next day this will come up. So on the 6th, and at which point you guys have gotten a night of rest. So Deli and Audrin, you guys have no level of exhaustion now. Benedict has 1 level of exhaustion when he wakes up in the morning, but then he will go ahead and cast or have Deli cast Greater Restoration on him to get rid of that last level of exhaustion.
Of note, that's our last thing of
in which case he could also forgo getting Greater Restoration.
I know, we just what else does Greater Restoration do again? What else does his level of exhaustion do?
Yeah, right now I think that first one is just disadvantage on ability checks. So it'll go away naturally. Does lesser restoration get rid of exhaustion? I think we did greater restoration because it was like a curse remover.
It
No,
does
it
not
failed.
get rid of exhaustion.
Up to you guys. I mean, Benedict could have it done to him, but obviously if it's like a consumable spell component.
Especially given what we know what's happening, I think Deli would insist we hold back the last Greater Restoration for
just
removing a curse.
That makes sense to me.
His ability checks, sure, that sucks, but he's not generally the one making ability checks.
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong?
Typically. I don't think so. Yeah, you're
no,
right,
because like he's usually not rolling, and like
he's
if it is, it's like
spells.
for saves or attacks or something, and that's
that's not
effective.
That's not covered with it. So
exactly. Yeah. So one thing to just mention again, I think originally I with this like curse thing, the abyss affecting you guys, I was gonna have you guys like make a roll every single day or whatever. I think we have moved past that enough at this point, and I think I decided that it was just more interesting to have it be like you roll that one time, and we know who was affected by it. You guys managed to, get it healed. Certainly, the abyss is still oppressive in your minds, but I don't think it's interesting narratively to keep rolling those over and over again and having to it's just, I guess it could wear down resources, which would be a bummer, but then at that point you're just all going to be cursed and then you'll die, right?
More of a hassle than interesting.
Yes, it was interesting how we did it up to this point, and obviously Benedict is still cursed. But yeah, we'll go ahead and leave off. We'll assume it was the effect, sort of like you succeed and now you're immune to it for a week or whatever it is, something like that. Okay, I think in terms of like the actual gameplay, like resuming into the show here, I think we start kind of in the middle, maybe not in the middle, but certainly at the beginning of some action. And the action being, let me find my notes here. You guys have reached, so for the most part up to this point, you have been in the Abyssian Ocean, kind of on the edge of the Gaping Maw territory proper, right? Like mostly Demogorgon rules the jungles and the islands off the coast of the kind of like West Africa, not like the middle of the Atlantic Ocean or whatever, where you kind of were before. So as you're getting closer and closer to your destination and moving basically, I think like southeast, it would be, you're getting further and further into the Gaping Maw. And at one point, as Benedict is using his spells to commune and find out which direction to go, you guys come across a how did I just grab this? Sort of like border region on the seas here, and it's let's have Audrin. Do you want to make a Arcana check just to see if you happen to have heard of a story about such a thing? There's like a thing you're gonna have to navigate here that you may have heard about, given your skill monkey nature. Yes, Jordan. Jordan, you're not cursed anymore, just so you know. You don't have to.
Sorry, I was just really stalling while I pulled up my character sheet.
Okay. Yeah, and again, because there's no time pressure or whatever here, we can assume you had advantage on that. What, you rolled a 3?
I know.
You rolled a 3 and you still got a... That is disgusting.
Yep.
That is disgusting.
That's not 17. Even my best thing to roll.
So this would likely be Deli and Audrin putting their respective arcane knowledge.
Arcane knowledge. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, Arcana is what he's rolling here. And you guys have heard, you've heard about this at least. It's a region near kind of the borders between two slices of the Soul Realm here. The two regions that border each other here are the Gaping Maw, right? Proper, which Demogorgon's realm, and I don't know if I have a name for it. Let me find it. They'd be referred to as something like the Abyssal Trenches or the Abyss. Yeah, the Abyssian Ocean also is just kind of a part of the name. But basically ruled by Dagon, the Lord of the Deeps, so a kind of fishy demon. So you're kind of on the border of those two regions, and so there's like a shift that is happening as you kind of transfer realms between one demon lord's domain to the other. You've been skirting it for a while, but I think you finally kind of cross over in earnest. And that border is referred to as the Maw's Teeth. The seas start to turn rough. The sky darkens to black. Through the resulting gloom, there's a region of sea where you see hundreds of water spouts dancing along the ocean, writhing, and marking a very dangerous transition point between these two demon lords' realms. So this region is a violent stretch of sea that you're going to have to navigate here, Audrun. And so we kind of start to see, we're going to get a montage here. We're not going to necessarily spend a whole bunch of time on this or like go beat by beat through every moment or whatever. But Audrun's going to have to navigate this as a ship captain now, right? Kind of a dangerous extra planar ocean hazard they're going to have to deal with. So you're going to pass through sheets of rain and wind and brutal spinning columns of water whose force, it seems to you, looking at it, should be easily enough to capsize even a ship of the size of the Sea Wyvern. So, I'm looking at my notes here for what you have to do here. We're going to be making water vehicle checks, Jordan. And because this is mostly about navigation and kind of like survival is like the skill that kind of would be here if we didn't have water vehicles. So you're going to be using water vehicles with your wisdom modifier and not your intelligence modifier. This is more about instinct and perception and less about being smart. Less about your straight up intelligence. So you're obviously proficient with water vehicles, but you will not get your like +5 intelligence bonus to this, unfortunately. So you're going to have to make a series of these checks. For each failure, things are going to get worse. I won't tell you how many you need. We'll leave that in suspense. For anyone who would like to attempt to aid Audrun's checks, you can make your own water vehicles check to basically help him run the ship. It's again with wisdom. So if you're good at wisdom, or if you have water vehicles trained, you might want to consider helping him out here.
What if? Hear me out on this. What if I turn into a water vehicle?
Into a water vehicle? Are you talking about an animal?
Yeah.
That's not a vehicle.
I mean, why not?
What if, hear me out. What if I jump out of the boat and
the most Anna thing you've said this
and run onto the swirling water spouts and run in the opposite direction of them on them so that then they stop spouting.
What's kind of funny is, given the mechanics D&D actually gives us about like how fast you can run and your monk abilities.
That's possible.
If we actually did the science about this, I have a feeling that it would actually do something.
No,
right?
It's fine. My wisdom, I have an 18 wisdom score.
But
so
also, this isn't a natural water spout. It's like a demonic extraplanar water spout.
I have a decent wisdom score, but honestly, like I am kind of wondering, because I have a 20 in wisdom, but could I polymorph into something big enough that it could help?
Yeah, so I mean, there's this. I have notes about several things that could probably help here. So I think any successful assistance from you guys is going to grant Audrun advantage on one of these checks. The other things I wrote down here that you could try are intelligence nature checks, wisdom survival checks, or dexterity sleight of hand checks, right, to assist with navigation, spot danger zones, or handle rigging, respectively.
Polymorph does only last for an hour.
You said survival, sleight of hand, or what?
Nature, survival, or sleight of hand.
I have a +10 to survival.
Yep, that makes sense to me.
I only have a +5, so you're probably better at that then.
Yeah, I have
one more thing before we start
skills.
rolling here.
Okay.
The other last thing to consider is, and you guys are high level adventurers, so you would think of this. I'm giving you the opportunity to maybe brainstorm a little bit here. Obviously, magic could also be helpful here, right? Any sort of like control weather, stuff like that.
Yeah, all that magic I can be helpful with.
Oh,
Thanks for pointing that out, Caleb.
You're welcome.
I don't think
I was thinking of you specifically, Emily.
I don't know if I necessarily would have prepped any control weather spell.
Yeah.
Well, because I have tsunami.
I think it's assumed whatever you have prepared on your sheet is what you have prepared.
Yeah, I was gonna change things around and I didn't yet. Is weather even an option? Control weather is an 8th level
you're a
spell. I
druid,
do not have prepared. But it also lasts 8 hours. If push comes to shove, I can help tomorrow. Let me see. So what CR of creature can I turn into with polymorph? Or would this take less than an hour? Or is this likely going to take more than an hour?
This is going to take more than an hour. It's not going to take more than 8 hours. So I do think I mean, you have a choice here. You could wait around and just cast control weather tomorrow.
I can do that.
8 hours of controlling the weather, from your knowledge, Deli, that seems like it would be enough to like just get through without having to make any checks at all. But that would also mean I would probably roll a random encounter or something for like demons finding you. Right? If you're sitting next to this, right? So you could always try to navigate it, and then if it doesn't work, then
Could I do something like I have that consult the spirits?
Yeah. What is like wheel woe? Is that what?
Right. Yeah.
You would just have to be smart about what question you're asking, maybe.
Right. It says.
I feel like you can cast it like once a day, right?
I can cast it once a day. Entity of a result of a specific course of action you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
I feel like it makes sense for you to be able to, if you wanted to spend that spell, to give Audryn advantage on one of these checks by virtue of that spell. That makes sense to me.
Okay, cool. Well,
okay.
So there we go. I'm hopeful. That's my contribution. Also, Caleb, my passive possession has now increased to 24, by the way.
24? I thought it was 24 already.
No, it was 22. I think it must have increased when I increased levels.
That makes sense. Yeah, proficiency bonus one.
Oh.
Also, I cannot wild shape into a killer whale since I am not a Circle of the Moon druid.
Sad day.
Yes, it is a sad day.
Okay, so we have one check covered with Alyssa. Anna, did you want to?
Yeah, I'll roll survival. 22.
Okay, and before we go any further, let's just start. Let's have Jordan make a couple of rolls now, because he might not. Yeah, we should just roll these one at a time.
He might just be fine on his own.
He is Audryn after all.
So we're assuming that because Emily said she was going to do this thing first, we'll assume that we see Anna pointing out the water spouts and they're coming on us, right? And being lookout. I mean, I think we described Anna being in the crow's nest a lot because you're like a monk, so it makes sense that you'd just be playing lookout up there. And Audryn, go ahead and make a water vehicles check.
I have something I can help with. Sorry, real quick. I'm just going to put this in the chat.
Yeah.
I can essentially give him future sight for 8 hours.
Whoa, holy crap.
For the duration, the target can't be surprised
what in the world?
On attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws.
It's also literally a 9th level spell.
Uh-huh.
But if if it keeps us from dying and it means we're avoiding a counter today, might as well.
Yeah, okay. I mean, Anna, Takewee, just set this one out. One spell, and he has advantage on everything.
Well, here's the thing. I already rolled, so it's already done.
You did.
I already pointed out the spouts.
I imagine Takewee would also just be doing it anyway, right? Yeah.
Does that mean he gets triple advantage?
Yes, it does nothing, but yes. So yes, Audryn, you have advantage on everything. Just go ahead and make some rolls here.
It also just means he has advantage if we do have an encounter.
Yes, you always have advantage on this. Let me double check the DC.
You only have a +6?
Because
I can also give you a bardic inspiration.
That's for one action though, in 10 minutes.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but he can. Well, that's true. Yeah, it is 10 minutes. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, I think each of these checks are probably longer than 10 minutes. They would maybe be closer to a half an hour, because then your augury could help, right? But it wouldn't be 10 minutes, I feel. Yeah.
That's fair.
So Audryn, with that 20, you do indeed succeed on your first check here, right? So you are navigating through this crazy water spout region. Do you want to describe how that's looking so far? And whoever else wants to describe what they're doing on the ship as we... Pirates of the Caribbean style, wind and rain whipping through everything.
Audryn has visions of waves.
Right.
crashing ahead of time and like is able to like
Yeah.
analyze, and Audrey's like analyzing the water and like
So cool.
knowing I know how that wave is about to come in and I know how that's about to come in. So he's using the foresight to like know how to move the ship against the waves.
Yeah, we just see this kind of like ghostly version of the scenario happen in front of you before it really happens, and then you like steer it out of the way. That's so cool. Deli, what does it actually look like when you cast the spell? Like, any notes you want to add to that with your kind of Star Druidy theme?
You touch a willing creature and bestow a limited ability to see the immediate future. I imagine it's something along the lines of Deli's and, well, maybe Deli casts it on him and Audryn's eyes just kind of glow, kind of black with like a starry field in them.
Yeah. I see it all. Yeah. Alyssa, he's just burning ATM right now. This is what he's doing.
I'm on day 9, by the way.
Whoa. Nice. All right. Go ahead and make another check here, Jordan.
I can see the future. I can see the future. That's how I imagine, by the way, you actually giving me the...
And like, Audryn, this feels really difficult. Like with that 20, you feel like you just barely got it, right? Like you're like really struggling with this, but yeah, you do it.
Still wisdom?
Yep. All right, so this is a failed check then.
I knew you'd do that. In the future.
That make me fail boat?
Does that make him be able to use my roll that I did or something?
I mean, so...
Or was that just to give him advantage?
He has, yes. Basically, the mechanical effect of any of the things you could have done to help him would give him advantage on this roll, but it's just Audryn has to actually be a good enough navigator. Unfortunately, yeah, so a swell tosses the ship, right? I don't think... okay, this will matter, because it's possible that Audryn gets disadvantage from this. So, just for kicks and giggles, we'll have everybody make this check. So a swell tosses the ship. All on board must succeed on a DC 15 dexterity saving throw or fall prone. Has anyone lashed themselves into place during this process?
Absolutely not. I think I've done the opposite. My thought is I was...
I don't know what
Audryn,
the opposite of lashing yourself into place is exactly.
I feel like Audryn was calling out like what the waves are doing, and I was trying to use my incredible speed to like physics my way into trying to help balance the boat by running back and forth really fast to like
I guess Audryn's like, I don't think your weight's gonna matter that much in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, but with my great speed, I can create incredible force.
I suppose so.
Audryn's like, all right, chill out, Flash.
Because isn't force mass times acceleration? So if I can accelerate really fast, my mass doesn't matter quite so much.
Sure.
So I guess my question is, does my danger sense kick into place for this? Do I get advantage on this dexterity saving throw?
Yeah, it counts for that sort of thing. Yeah, it's like a trap or whatever. Yeah.
Well, because we all have... Wait, we still have alert. Did I have alert?
Yeah, you're not surprised by it, but that doesn't matter here.
No, I just can't remember if I had alert or if Ren had alert.
Deli has alert.
It is not listed.
Should add it.
Yeah. So what is it? Dex saving throw?
Mm-hmm. Nestor succeeds. Surge succeeds.
I do. Okay, I succeed.
Well, at least I can turn into a fish.
And Benedict succeeds.
Oh my gosh, only a 15.
That was a DC, so you're safe.
Oh my god.
I roll this too?
Yeah.
You have advantage though.
Yeah, that's true on everything. So hey, good thing you had that. So if you would have failed this, or if I think it's only Deli, you failed it by 5 or more. So you take 1d6 points of bludgeoning damage. Not that it's really going to matter that much. But you would suffer disadvantage on your next ability check to aid the captain. If Audryn had gotten this, it would have made it like a straight roll. Doesn't really matter in your case, Deli, because we just see you embarrass yourself, basically. Right. Fall
Like
over.
a mouthful of water.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and make another check. Every failed check you get will make things worse, Jordan, but so far, so good. You need a certain amount of successes to get through.
Does it make the roll harder?
Nope, that one
Okay.
doesn't. No. If you had failed to like that deck save, then yes. All right, there you go. 2 successes. You are feel like you're close to being through. It's been a long hour or 2 of navigating through this, but yeah, seems like one or 2 more maybe. We'll make it happen. Go ahead and make another water vehicles check.
What day is it?
July 6th.
So I don't have exhaustion anymore.
Nope.
Okay.
All right, there you go. Only 3 successes is what you needed. If you would have gotten 2 fails, a water spout would have you would have gotten a glancing
Tipped
blow
us
from a
over
water
and
spout.
poured us out.
Yeah, would have been close. 3rd failed check would have been a huge wave crashes over the Sea Wyvern. 4th failed check would have been a gust of wind cracks the mainmast. A 5th failed check would have been a 50-foot tall wave crashes over the ship, snapping the remaining masts and capsizing the ship.
Would that have been bad?
I would think so. Yeah. I mean, not for you, Deli. You would have been able to transfer yourself into a dolphin or whatever, but.
I can be.
And Emily would have been fine too, because she would have run on top of the water. And Audra maybe would have been fine too, because he can fly. Takewee, sorry.
No, Takewee would have been fine because Audrin would have just like carried Takewee.
Yeah, there you go. But probably
Benedict
not,
and
though. Even though
Serge and Nestor.
it actually probably would have been still terrible for all of you, because this whole region is just full of like crazy weather, and it would have, you would have had no boat to retreat to. Okay, there you go. You managed to get through just fine. Sailing through the Maw's teeth. We get this kind of like tense montage there.
And don't forget, Jordan, you have advantage on everything for the rest of the day.
Yeah, for 8 hours. All righty.
Audrin proposes to Takewee.
Do it, I dare you.
You know what this probably means? This probably means he will figure out that Benedict is not himself.
Audrin, you have a +5 in nature, yes, just because of your intelligence.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and take advantage from Nestor. Go and take advantage from Nestor, who has it trained, but also only has a +5, and I'll have you roll it. And this will be to navigate to where Lavinia is using the clues that you have so far. And if you succeed on this check, we have a firm date as to how long it takes you to get there.
Well, I have advantage anyway, so
Yeah.
I don't
True,
need Nestor's help, right?
Yep. You're right. Go ahead. All right, 17. Oh, the DC was 18. I'm so
Here's the
sorry.
You know why you failed that roll? That's Monarchy comment. You should have taken Nestor's help. It would have changed the dice roll.
I would have changed it from a 17 to a 17.
So I think what this means is that you have to like spend another day kind of dinking around until you can get another attempt at this. So it's July 7th.
So
Benedict is arrested. And I could just like throw a random encounter at you or something like that, but that seems boring. It's just kind of taking longer. You're getting a little tense. You're like, things are progressing at wherever she is. We don't know what things are going to be like when we get there. It's taking too long. Go ahead and make another check. Make another nature check. Still with advantage because of Nestor this time.
And then, Seth, you might want to look at your spells to make sure you have what you want.
Hold on. Dang it. I was gonna ask if I could give him a bardic for this one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I wasn't sure if this was like less than like 10 minutes or something like that. Or
yeah, I mean, there is a longer aspect to it, but technically the role he's making here is charting the course and not necessarily every moment of the navigation.
Okay. Is it okay if he?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Roll.
I am going to take control weather.
That makes sense.
1d6.
Yeah.
You need 18.
So you just needed 2.
Hey, there
it is.
All right. Yep. So it takes you a little bit of work, but with your girlfriend's inspiration, you have plotted your journey. Okay. So it is. Oops.
Part of the problem is there's so many spells.
It is going to be the middle of the day on July 8th when you arrive to your destination. So you see the final leg of your journey finds the sea wyvern approaching an angry smear of red that stains the skies on the horizon. As you draw closer, the air seems to become tainted with a stench of sulfur and ash. And when you get closer, you realize that there's like a volcano. This island that you're approaching is volcanic.
Not another volcano.
At least one part of it is volcanic. So this is kind of what you see. That's a general idea of it, at least. What am I trying to find here? Yeah. When the islands finally come to view, you see a pair of markedly different land masses. Jungles blanket the eastern island, choking the place with a fecund growth. Waterfalls created by rainwater spill down from the heights, adding to the impression of a verdant paradise filled with life. In contrast, the western island is barren, shrouded in ash spewed from the various cracks and vents crisscrossing its surface. Where the eastern island features inviting sandy beaches, the western offers nothing but jagged rocks and a river of lava that spills into the sea, throwing up clouds of caustic steam. Straddling the gap between the islands is Divided's ire. Would you like to make an Arcana check, Jordan, with advantage, to know something about this prison?
I already know one thing about it. This Pac-Man probably should have not gotten the ghost pepper burrito. Waka waka waka.
Waka waka needs wata wata.
Yeah, it seems like some sort of like high security demon prison just from the vibes, but you can roll to find out more.
You said Arcana?
Yeah.
Arcana.
And again, this is you all.
Hate when the vibes give high security demon prison.
Yeah, it's not a good vibe for sure. With the 28 though, yeah, you know it's named Divided's ire. I'm not sure how you found out about this. It may have been just like talking to the what are they called? The Mercanes, the blue-skinned giants that you traded information with and stuff. Basically, it is Demogorgon's prison where he throws the people he wants to rot forever, right? Yeah, high security demon prison. Would you have any other questions about it? A 28 is pretty high, but you know it's also obscure knowledge. So if you have any particular things you would like to know about it, you can maybe have a detail or two.
Who's in charge of the prison?
I think there is. You know that there is supposed to be a warden of the prison. I think you know his name as. Yeah, you probably got this name at least. It would be Kubelkax is the name you were given. Kubelkax. He is a what kind of demon is he? Let me find it.
Could you put in the chat what the prison is called?
Yeah, Divided's ire. He is a Glabrazu, so kind of like large four-armed demon.
A Labradoodle combined with a Glizzy.
No. So here, this is what a regular Glabrazu looks like. This right here. So you imagine, you know, he's a prison warden, so he's probably a tougher version of whatever this is, right? But this is the general demon type.
He looks like he likes giving hugs.
I'm pretty sure those like thick arms are like claws, I believe.
Look,
if I remember
I'm just
correctly.
saying, I see the Labradoodle in him.
He's this exact photo, except he has a couple teardrops tattooed on his face.
Yeah. Yeah. So you know that the prison warden is named Kubelkax. You don't know a whole lot about him. Most of the people who come to this place don't leave, so not a whole lot of information escapes it. But you've heard that there's a prison warden named Kubelkax, and basically all the people that Demogorgon, hates and wants to be thrown into prison. The thing with like demons and angels and other stuff like that, like the denizens of the soul realm, is that if you kill them, Sometimes they just regenerate because as a result of like the nature of the plane, right? It's hard to like permanently kill denizens in this realm because it's so kind of wishy-washy, and this is where their souls already go when they die, sort of thing, right? So it's like, okay, what are you really going to do? So a lot of times what demon lords and other people like that will do is just hold them prisoner in some capacity, right? Because that's a more sure way to ensure that your enemies will not be able to harm you, is just keeping them very, very secure. If you kill them, there's always the chance that like one of their followers is going to use like a true resurrection, or sometimes, yeah, if they're a powerful enough demon lord or something, they're just going to regenerate naturally because of the plane. There's weird things that happen. The other thing I think you could know about this plane or this prison is that it used to be something else. It used to be, you think, something like a pleasure palace or something like that of Demogorgons, some sort of like, home away from home. But you're not sure on the details. It seems like it was so long ago that like the details of exactly what that meant is lost to time. But it did seem to be once something else than a prison.
Honey, let's convert our vacation home into a prison.
Yeah, and you're not sure what that's about, right? Like, why would he have done so? But that's the information you get. So yeah, there you go. That's divided
Some of that
ire.
information I wish I didn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So you see dark shapes as you get closer. You see dark shapes wheeling in the air above the prison complex. It seems to be like flying demons of various sorts. So like Vrox, you probably see like the vulture demons. There's also the kind of like big fat demons with the little wings. I think they're Nelfashni. So you see some of those like flying above the prison. So if you get too close, like they might come and investigate your ship. But yeah, it seems like the island itself is just kind of like a violent scar. It's malicious. It doesn't like you. Oppressive vibes for sure. So up to you guys as to what you would like to do when you approach. But this is where your spells and your course has led you. This prison. This is likely where Lavinia is.
With Audrin's Arcana check, he only asked like who runs it. Would we be interested in like what the difference is between the two sides? Like what's that all about?
Yeah, that's a good question actually.
Yeah. I think
I don't actually ask that question, but I do think that it would be a good question to ask.
Yeah, I was like, we only use one of our questions. Should we use another? Obviously, whatever we want. But I figured that's maybe a good.
This is more of a thing that Audrin intuits, I think. But like with the DC 28 Arcana, I think the thing that comes to mind for you is just like the dual divided nature of the plane itself, right? Because of Demogorgon, right? Demogorgon has two heads. And almost everything about him thematically comes in pairs of two, right? Way long ago, where you have like the whole like the ruin of like the shrine of Demogorgon, and Deli and Anna's characters like got split in half. Kind of like an astral projection of themselves, and then one was like order and one was chaos, right? Like there's weird stuff like that. And so this is probably just one of those things, right? Is Demogorgon is like a weird mishmash of like animals and stuff, but he's also a demon. So it's like, okay, yeah, this plane has a bunch of jungly stuff. That makes sense. There's a jungle island, but he's also a demon and terrible and fire, lava. That makes sense, right? That's pretty much all it boils down to. Is like it's just another aspect of his nature as a demon lord, and like the way his plane decides to express that.
And then are these like bridges between all of these buildings?
Mm-hmm. Yep, those are bridges. There's a bridge here too that goes across, right? So these are two big complexes with roofs on them. Sorry, the three, I guess, because these are separate ones. There's a tower over here. And then these bridges. There's a platform outside of the prison. But again, you're far enough away you can't really see details, but the big stuff you can notice.
And then I just have lots of questions about this. Mm-hmm. Is this like huge? Because obviously, like it's small from what we're seeing right now. Like I can't tell if
hard to get a sense of scale.
Yeah.
It's definitely big. I don't know if it's like super huge. Let's put it this way, in terms of what I had to do on my end, map wise, I had to split this into 6 different pieces, this map of the prison, because otherwise it was going to be such a large map file that it
So
it
it's
would probably
pretty
have broken
darn
things.
big.
It's pretty big. Yep.
Okay.
It's not like a mega dungeon big, but probably one of the biggest dungeons we've done in the show.
You know what this means, guys? Speed run.
Good luck. You can try. You can certainly try.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
But yeah, up to you how you want to approach, or if you have any other questions or anything, or if you want to cast spells or whatever.
I think I'm done with my questions. I would like to cast a lot of spells, but I don't have the ability to. So I will pass it off to someone else.
The plight of many characters in the world of D&D.
Caleb,
Have
I
we
would cast
a wish
spells if I
spell?
could. Yeah. And just wish for Lavinia back.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, dang it. On the same plane of existence. We haven't been to another island yet, have we? This is the first thing of land we've really seen, isn't it?
You've probably seen
Besides
other
the
islands,
evil
but
flesh.
like
We haven't-
your commune spells have always pushed you further to find.
No,
this one.
I'm more so meant like, so we haven't like been to another island. We haven't
You've not been
to another
on
place.
another island. No.
Okay, so transport via plants isn't going to be extremely helpful right now.
Yes, I mean, I suppose you could have insisted on like landing on one of these random demon islands, but usually not a good idea
Realize that
when you're in the abyss.
Okay, maybe this has already been answered, but can I just ask what the heck this is?
What is?
It's just a token for where you are in the map, on the map, like a party token.
Okay. I was like, who are these guys?
You didn't know about the adventurers Bob, Jim, and Little Tim? I don't know.
I want to know
They're
so
joining
much about Little
joining
Tim.
your adventure now. Yeah, so you guys are approaching from like probably the north. Yeah, going south. Yep. How would you like to approach?
I want to ask Bob, Jim, and Little Tim about their opinion on how we approach.
They don't exist, so they do not say anything.
Do we have any more questions from Benedict left at this point in the day to be able to like ask specifically of like, is Lavinia in the building on this island? Like,
I
to
think
kind
so.
of get specific.
I think once Audrin made that DC 18 nature check, we didn't need to make the
Okay.
to do the spells anymore. We just like figured out where to go.
Or does someone have like locate creature?
I might, but I would. Well, actually, that would have made sense if I could. I would have prepared something like that. Locate animals or plants. I was just thinking, locate creature, because I just realized I had because I had transport via plants still prepared. I'm like, I would not have prepared that. We haven't seen any plants.
Yes, yeah.
Locate creature would have been a thing that made sense. I would have had. We were looking for Lavinia.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Benedict has that spell too. Yeah, let's see. Concentration up to an hour as long as the creature is within 1,000 feet of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I was like.
Not
I don't
bad.
know how big this place is to get 1,000 feet.
Mhm.
Or if like we can use the little like yes no to start out to at least like get us into figure out a
Yeah, let me
smaller
see if
area
I actually do have a version of the map that is just. I would say the entire complex is about 1,000 feet across.
of the big building or the whole thing,
The whole thing.
complex. Okay, so I feel like maybe we get a. Do we feel like that's worth it to use? Is it one spell slot per question for Benedict's thing?
For commune.
Or does he get
ye-
3?
I think it's one per question.
I have some sort of commune thing too. I think
I'll find it again.
cosmic omen.
Commune. Oh. Huh. Yeah. He can ask up to 3 questions for each spell. So he didn't actually need to be spending. I thought he was spending like 3 spells a day, but he probably only needed to do 1 every day. Yeah, he gets to ask 3 yes or no questions. He can also No, yeah, that's how it works. Yeah.
So would we want to just like kind of narrow down, like start with the big building and like ask if Lavinia's in there, and then like kind of get at least that answer, and then we can, I don't know, ask better questions of like, is it like, would we be able to like land our boat on the wooded island or something without it being destroyed? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's one way to do it.
Other people, do you have
I
opinions?
would actually
What do you
like
guys
to
think?
ask some more questions.
Yeah.
Your commune, if possible.
Mm-hmm.
Namely, is Lavinia currently being mind controlled?
You did get an answer to that like a week ago at this point.
Oh, okay.
But I suppose she should be mind controlled now. But you do know that she did not come to the abyss against her.
Yeah, she came
own will.
willingly.
Well, that's not really what I'm trying to avoid. Do you remember in Terra Nullius when we had that one person who we went to rescue
Mhm.
and then like took my shield?
Oh.
Yeah. Nahuatl.
Yeah. Remember Nahuatl? I'm trying to
do
avoid
remember
Lavinia being
Nahuatl.
another Nahuatl situation.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Then she died in a big combat that we weren't even privy to part of.
No, she didn't. She got turned, and then you fought her in a combat you were a part of, which was kind of one of the coolest. You're thinking about her sister, Itukale.
Oh, right. Right.
You know,
She
the
got
other
decimated.
blessed sister, or the other member of that family you got killed. You saved the third one though.
Third time's the
Yeah,
charm.
You
hated
redeemed
me.
yourself.
Didn't I have some? Wait, hold on. Didn't I have something about Darius like being?
Darius's only romantic interest in the entire game was that one. Itukali, the first.
And she was one of the three sisters.
Yeah.
And now my character in this game is.
Yeah. Those fire genasi, man. Jordan's got the hots for them. Pun intended.
Dang.
This is why I'm playing a robot.
Yeah. That's all right. Hey, I got
Have
you into
not
romance
heard
this
of
one.
the new the Darren Broadway play that Darren Chris was in, where it's robots falling in love?
Isn't that like a Netflix show? Robots in what's it called?
I'm sure that's just a thing in lots of places.
But I'm going to be a bard, and bards are notorious for never being romantic at all.
Oh,
right?
very true. Very true. Very true.
Not romantic, but other things.
Look, no, I'm not going to make that joke. Let's move on.
We will. Yeah, I mean, you can certainly have him cast Commune and ask a few questions.
Is it okay? Is it worth us using commune to like figure out, is Lavinia, gonna be controlled, or is it like, do we know if Lavinia would actually come with us if we went in to rescue her?
That's a good question. Does Lavinia want rescued?
Like, we're not gonna go in even if she doesn't. Like,
Oh
sorry,
no, we're going to either way, but the
It gives us an idea.
order of
what to
operations might be
expect.
different.
We're gonna slaughter everybody instead first.
I thought that was implied. I mean, are we really expecting Takewee to go into a place? Well, actually, no. It's not full of demons. There's demon guards, but I imagine Takewee would want to kill all of them anyway.
It's more of like, are we going straight there, trying to grab Lavinia and then run away? If that's what we can do, like if that's all we have to do, then great. But if it's like we've got to go get, like, Lavinia's like, I have to stay here because there's something here that I need to take care of. Or if she's like, I can't leave because Vanthus is here somewhere.
Mhm.
And if I leave, then they're going to kill Vanthus. Like,
Then we solve it by killing him ourselves.
yeah.
Yeah, those are all options. In the meantime, are you slowly getting closer in the Sea Wyvern? Are you heading towards one island in particular, or have you stopped the ship?
Should one of the questions be like, are there
I think we've stopped the
magical
ship.
protections? They're like barriers in the water, like against our ship.
Oh yeah, that's
coming towards the complex?
I
That's
like
a
that
good question, especially with what happened when you guys rescued Delhi.
Maybe like any sort of like magical border, if that makes sense. So like, be it like protections or like alarm spells or something.
Yeah, any magical defenses that are going to go on.
There we go. That's the word.
Yeah, did someone ask Benedict to cast that spell then?
Yeah, and ask that, at least that, and then probably if Lavinia's. I don't know. Is it worth asking if Lavinia is being mind controlled at the moment?
I feel like we could find that out pretty quickly once we find her. I feel like I'm trying to think of like what would help us get to her the easiest in yes or no questions.
Do we have to ask all the questions at once?
I think so.
I think it is concentration up to an hour. No, it lasts for 1 minute.
Yeah, so that's I'm like. So if
You
we want
have
to do like
1 minute.
magical barriers around for the ship.
Mhm.
And it's yes or no questions.
Yep.
Then the one of the questions we should ask is Lavinia on the green on the green island?
Oh yes. That's a good point.
So that's 2, and that narrows it down between the 2 islands, which I feel like is good. Because then from there, like, we at least know which island to head to.
Mhm.
And then, because then, like, once we're down there, we can use, like, locate creature to kind of, like, home in on her better.
Yeah.
So now I'm also thinking of more, like, general big safety, like, how we could get in here. Like,
Unfortunately, I did unprepare meld into stone.
do we think like Lavinia came here willingly? At this point, if they're in a prison, do we think it's possible that she's being held prisoner? Or do we think she's just like kind of here vibing with Vanthus? Like,
Is Lavinia the warden in like the second in command warden?
so that's I'm like, would it be worth it to ask if she's like being held prisoner here?
That's a good
And then
I
if
think
it's
that's a good
no,
question.
then it's like, okay, then she's not necessarily going to be like, in a jail cell. We're going to need to look for her more of like in
An
a
office,
normal
a conference
room or
room.
off. Yeah. Does that
that's a
make
good
sense?
question.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we're trying to narrow down the amount of rooms we're going in.
Okay, so I think Caleb, that's our 3 of like magical barrier kind of stuff around the island. Then is she on like the island that appears to be more jungle wooded green?
Yep.
And then is she being held prisoner here?
Okay. When you ask Benedict to cast the spell, he does so, but he does seem very peevish today. Everything, like, he's snapping at people, he's grumpy, he looks like he's he woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Has anybody given Benedict his daily Snickers?
But yes, he does cast the spell for you.
I would like to do one of them insight checks because Audrin is, so insightful.
Yeah,
I could also do inside check too.
who's the one asking him to cast the spell? And are you all going? I don't think you're all going up to him at once asking him to cast a spell necessarily, right?
I mean, I figure we're in like the war room. Like this ship has like a war
The war
room.
room.
Right? Like it has
What,
like
you like your captain's quarters or something that has a table on it, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that's
I
fine.
imagine we're all like kind of crowded around there discussing what to do.
I think I'm outside keeping watch.
I still rolled a crit 22 for Benedict.
You gotta be
Incredible. I
kidding
feel
me.
so satisfied right now. So yes, whoever would like to attempt.
Okay, remind me though. So the rules for crit is like He has a 22, but if you just normal roll a 23, you still beat him.
No.
No,
I think we have
you
always
have
said
to
that
crit to beat him.
We may be running up against an issue with our homebrew rules, but I do believe that in every other instance, we have always said that a critical success trumps any other roll. Unless you get if I think the idea is like if you get a crit and it's higher than them, then you succeed.
I think that is what we have ruled.
I believe that is our homebrew rule.
Because I just got a 33 insight, but I would still fail.
According to how we've been playing for, I think, 2 campaigns now, yes.
Just checking.
Yeah. We can revisit this in campaign 3, but I believe that's our rule for now.
That guy, if this was Pathfinder, she would have beat it.
Yeah, I know, it's not I know.
Look, the clear solution is kill Benedict.
You just don't know you'll have to do that yet. So yeah, everybody go and make an insight. And as long as you get a crit and it's over that 22, you'll succeed.
I'm not going to bother because I literally can't roll over a 20.
Seth got a 23, but...
No.
You're all getting good rolls. Oh, here, I'll make one for Nestor and Surge too, and they might get over it too.
I get it. It's been a long couple weeks. We're a little cranky over here. It's fine.
Surge doesn't notice. Nestor doesn't notice. Yeah, I mean, that's all it seems to you, right?
Oh, it was just okay.
Something's bothering him. You know, he's grumpy. He's tired or whatever. So you don't. None of you think much of it. Okay, cool. So you cast a spell. He casts the spell Commune, and so first question was how did you word how you want to word it exactly? Because it's yes or no. The deity can give more information, but the deity does not have to.
Are there magical protections or barriers around the complex area that would affect our approach on the ship? Is that good? Is that specific enough? Okay.
Okay. The question is, or the answer is no. There are not magical effects or barriers that will affect you on your approach with the ship.
In all fairness, most people don't try to break into prisons.
Yeah, so it might be affecting us leaving.
Quite possibly.
The boiling rock situation.
Second question was, is Lavinia here of her own free will? What was it again?
Being held hostage, I think.
One of the questions
or
was
being
like
held
that,
a prisoner.
Is Lavinia a prisoner here?
Yes.
And what was the third question?
So then, is she?
No, which island is she on?
Is she on the Green Island?
Is she on the yeah?
The answer to that question is no.
Yeah, we can kind of assume that based on that.
So
what? She's on the scary island? Oh,
yeah.
no.
So as you can tell, you can very easily approach the Verdant Island. You will have no issues going there at all. You can park the Sea Wyvern. You'll be fine. Not so with the other island. You can attempt it, but there'll be like other stuff involved there. There's just no good place to land it.
So we could park the ship somewhere like over here or something, or like around here. I don't know. We could park the ship somewhere, but then could we just like potentially?
I mean, you can get to one of these bridges and go across as soon as you can, right?
Oh, I'm just thinking like maybe we can skip the bridges and just go across here.
Like flying?
Yeah.
Do you have the capability to fly everybody?
More.
How long does it take to fly from there to there? How long would I?
Well, keep in mind that I did just describe there's a bunch of demons flying around above the prison.
Oh, right.
So yes, we could have an aerial combat.
Or
where only like 2 of you could fly.
Here we go, guys. Solo stealth mission. I got this.
Yeah, that's another option. You could do some scout, even if you don't like do the
sadly,
whole mission
those
by
things
yourself.
have gone very well, so
Yeah,
it's not out of the
yeah.
realm of possibility.
You could certainly do some
here.
scouting, right?
I still just never get punished. Caleb refuses to punish me.
Here's the deal.
That sounds like a challenge.
If we send Anna in, number one, we would cast invisibility on her.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, I would cast haste on her.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're in a...
Does haste only last a minute, though?
Hold on. They're both concentration.
They're
I
both
can't actually do that.
Yeah. I think you're the only one who can cast either of those spells.
I mean, haste also makes more sense for like a combat situation because it doesn't last very long, right?
Yeah, I think it's like
it's only
something.
1 minute. But still,
Yeah,
I would at
invisibility
least
might
cast
be.
invisibility on you.
Audrin, from what you know about demons, they wouldn't all necessarily automatically have see invisibility or something, but given you're not sure how powerful the demons are here, and so that is definitely a worry.
Yeah, and like
there might be true sight and see invisibility stuff.
I'm more, especially because we're in a prison. Like I'm kind of worried about that sort of thing.
Yep, something your character would think of.
I also think I might get advantage anyway on like a stealth if I'm running there because of my boots of elven kind.
Yeah. Again, even if Anna doesn't like do the mission all by herself and like unlock Lavinia's cage and carry her out or anything, she can still like scout, right? That's not a bad option.
Or like I could run over there and like try and set up like a rope or something to make it easier for us to all get in. Yep. Something like that.
Does this look like we could sneak in underwater?
No, the cliffs on either end here are like super sheer. So like the only approaches to the prison are going to be like up the slope of the islands.
So there's no port to get into the prison.
No, as far as you can tell, there are places along this shore on the eastern island to anchor your ship. There are not as many here, if any. But either way, you're going to be going up the island to the prison because the prison is on the like crown of this kind of split island.
Okay. I was just thinking because we have like I think we still have the cloak of the manta ray, don't we?
Maybe, I don't know.
I think Deli had that. So you might, if it's not on your character sheet, I don't have that right on mine.
The point was mainly I could give it to someone and turn into like some sort of it.
Right, but that's what I'm like. If you look on your character, like I don't know if we have it or not, but if we did, you would have had it in your sheet.
There's so many things.
And then Caleb, I was looking at my items. I don't know if you said this. How tall is this island to get right here? Like to get from the water to the building? On this side.
Yeah, I know the cliffs are pretty sheer. Let me find that information. I know it should be here somewhere. Just type in the word cliff and see if that. 2,000 feet.
2,000 feet?
Yes.
Nearly half a mile.
Incredibly sheer, tall cliffs. Again, this is also like literally in another plane, so some of the physics on it might not even be real, right?
Yeah, just that's way more than I was thinking.
Yep.
Okay, guys, maybe we need to change our approach then. Because I mean, I can stealth all I want, but
If you want to get
The-
everybody up there,
yeah, like I don't know how much my scouting is going to help going that direction if it takes me,
an
20
hour.
minutes
Yeah.
on my own to try and climb up this thing.
hmm
So I feel like
real quick, would everybody make perception checks for me?
Do you want me to roll, or can my passive perception just be 20?
You're not automatically looking out for this, but I just want to see.
Okay. All right. Fine.
I would just give it to you, but yeah, see, you can.
I
roll
rolled
that
a
high
30
anyway.
anyway,
Yeah.
so.
Only Audrin doesn't notice this. You guys notice on the Verdant Island. Let me just. There are names for these islands. Let me just give you the names so we can stop calling them that. So Paradise and Penance.
oh,
So guess which one is which.
well, Paradise, I think of a hot beach. So
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. Okay. The as you're approaching, you see on. Well, I guess this is slightly dependent on how you are approaching it. Actually, we'll put a pin in those rolls. But let me ask, where are you actually taking your ship?
Or off to the right. I think what
Paradise.
down here somewhere, you think? Crew.
And again,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the whole thing is like covered in
Um,
jungle and stuff, so like it actually should be easy to hide it somewhere, right?
yeah, I'm just trying to think of like how far into I don't, do we really want to go into here where it's like it might be difficult to navigate out?
Mhm.
Like, would we want to try and go like here where it's got a little cove, but like,
It's
So,
still kind of near.
Yeah, I keep in mind the closer you get to this part of the island, to the middle, the higher the cliffs get. So your best bet is going to be like as far on the eastern shore as you can.
oh, so like
Right.
even
Audrin
like,
say like out here.
Even there, I would say it's already like 1,000 feet, right? Like if it has to
Oh,
climb up
okay.
to 2,000 to get here, right?
Okay.
I think even here.
well, I didn't know if they were both up really tall or if it was just this.
They are
that
like
was up really
these
tall.
cliffs are 2,000 feet.
Okay,
tall
they're
on
both
either
even
side.
up top. Okay.
I'm just double checking real quick. But where you can land this ship. Yeah, so there's coves or deep water inlets, perfect for dropping anchor and hiding the sea wyvern from passerby. You do notice as you get closer, as you start looking for where you would want to anchor the ship. All of you except for Audrin, maybe because he's just focused on like actually finding a cove to put the ship in. You notice the a single mast rising above the trees in one of the isolated coves along the shore here. Doesn't look like it's flying any colors or anything. There's no signifying marks on the ship, but you do see a mast in a cove already.
So maybe not there.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't even think Audra needs to roll if he wants to find a cove along the eastern shore there. It's perfectly fine to do.
Yeah. Um. So thoughts about like extreme end over here or somewhere in here.
Not near the mast we just saw again, or right, the flag we just saw
Yeah.
race.
Caleb, can you point out where the mast is that we saw?
Yeah, I don't know if it particularly matters. It's just one of these spots along the edge here. Let's say it's like here.
Okay.
Well, if we're coming from up here, and we saw it here.
I assume that you're kind of like circling around the island,
Yeah.
looking for a place to land, right?
Then probably
So I'd say the ones that make the most sense if you don't want to go to the cove with the other ship is like either here or somewhere in here.
Emily, you think here? You're muted.
Would it be too obvious to like be right here? I can't tell like how.
There are several spots, so that's fine. Yeah, there's a little divot there.
Because like if there's a ship here, that says to me, unless it's bad, but like
unless it's bad, that says to me that it's good.
I was starting a sentence and decided I didn't want to say it that way. Unless it would be a con for this, but like if there's a boat here, that says to me that there's probably like a pathway to get in nearby, because why would a boat just land there randomly? So like if we go here, we could at least kind of like stay in this darker, more jungly forested part, maybe like close to the path though, to like see if we see people and like see how they're getting in and out of the building. That's my thought. Unless we totally want to like go the opposite and like go up here and totally steer clear of everyone. But I just was thinking like, okay, well, if there's a boat, then maybe there's going to be creatures coming on and off the boat and in and out of the building that we could at least like gain some sort of insight with that.
That's true. We could scout out the boat that's already there and see what we can
Well,
find
and
out.
who knows, they also could be allies too.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Eventually.
My guess is there's a possibility the Lady of Pain might have access to that other boat.
Well, she's sending her people on a different mission somewhere else.
You think it's someone else?
No, I was thinking of her.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, there would be no reason for her to have sent anyone here.
Okay.
Do we have anyone that could give us an in? Like pretend to be prisoners or something like that.
I mean, if you had Dragos with you, then you could have maybe done something like that. Could have done the whole Star Wars routine, you know.
I totally understand that reference.
Instead of the Wookiee prisoner, it's
could we
Surge.
do get help?
No, probably not. They would just be like, help, we're literal demons, I'm just going to eat you now.
Help, I'm going to get the garlic.
Yeah. Perfect, you're wounded. Yeah, you landed on the east? In, like right over here?
In Little David.
Okay. Are you going to approach the prison? What are you going to do?
Didn't we say we're going to go scout out the other boat first? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So on foot, though? You're going to like park your ship there and then go around?
I think that's a better idea, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you get there, you recognize it as the Crimson Scar. Seth, this is Deli's father's boat. This is Alison Boskel's ship. But as far as you guys knew, Vanthus stole this from him and left the Crimson Fleet base. Like there's like some sort of falling out. Like this ship wasn't there when you guys were there, right? So Alison Boskel didn't navigate this ship. So the likely solution is that this is Vanthus's ship now. Though when you get to it, and like we can assume you guys take precautions and you like are stealthy and Anna scouts first, there is nothing on the ship at all. Nothing of value, no one alive. It is scoured clean, almost as if it was no one has ever used it.
Okay, so now my idea I feel like is bad. Because now I'm concerned about the fact that Vanthus and Lavinia did the same thing that we did and are now prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
Or they arrived because like they were. Maybe Vanthus still thought he was still in Demogorgon's like good graces, and now they're both prisoner. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean you can pick it clean and there's nothing at all. So yeah, the only question now I guess is, do you approach the prison as one or send someone ahead to stealth?
I have an idea.
Mhm.
I don't know, I didn't think of this earlier. Was there something that was keeping us from scrying in this plane?
I do believe that you have attempted to scry on like Lavinia and other people, and it didn't. You don't know if it failed because the spell is kind of unclear as to like what impulse you get when it doesn't work. But you did not see anything. Like I think Benedict is the one who has the crystal ball right now. Fathom.
Well, he
glass.
also had that cursed crystal ball, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I mean it's still the one he has.
The crystal ball, if you will.
Yeah, unfortunately, you need something like a wish spell or whatever to like uncurse a cursed item.
Because I have scrying.
I thought you could do it with like Greta Restoration.
You can remove the curse on the person, I believe, but that just unattunes them from the item. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Greater Restoration is you imbue creature.
I'll double check the item itself.
You can reduce attunement to a cursed item, though.
Yeah, exactly. You can break the attunement, but I'm pretty sure you need something more powerful to like actually like
remove the curse.
You remove the curse of the item. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I'm gonna double check this, but cursed items. Let's see.
That's kind of what I'm seeing, at least from Greater Restoration.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I can see, it's just like you remove when you were to cast remove curse. It has the target of a person, right, a creature, and you remove their attunement to the cursed item. But like actually removing the curse from an item is like wish level magic, right? Like changing. It's possible. I do think that like I may have said at one point like with this item that you could like cast remove curse on it or something, but if I did, I'm gonna renege on that because that doesn't make any sense to me.
So do we just want to like go for it and trod through the woods at this point?
I want to find a way to speed run this thing.
But why though?
So I mean,
when I provided so
let's
much
just have
content
Seth cast
for you.
that in. Let's just have Seth give Audrin or Anna advantage on all checks, and they'll go do a stealth mission and be out within an hour.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. I just don't. I'm not going to guarantee. You're not going to be guaranteed to be able to get Lavinia out.
that's my thing. Is I'm fairly confident that Audrin or I could sneak in. So whether or not we could get out is the issue.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I don't really have a desire to lower our party by one. When we're gonna have to probably. I guess the only thing a stealth mission
I will say
would do is like give us a clearer direction of where we should go.
Yeah,
potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Or you say,
hold on. With sending stones, is it audible?
I believe you have to talk out loud.
I think you have to talk out loud, but then the message comes to your mind.
You hear the message in your head, but to send a message, you have to say it out loud, I believe.
I will say, if we were to send anybody in by themselves, Audrin would probably be the best candidate. because I can pick the locks, and I can turn myself invisible, and I can use a higher spell slot to turn myself and Lavinia invisible.
Mm-hmm.
I just
But
would
I'm
be
more worried about true sight kind of things.
That's what I was
happening.
about to say. I
Yeah,
would be shocked if at such a high level prison if the guards didn't have something or like any
Well,
sort
at
of
least
like
someone in the prison.
or
Yeah.
like magical protections of like you can't use invisibility, like you can't use
Yeah.
that kind of magic here.
If we can't scry, invisibility is probably going to be not so great. And there's no other way. There's no better way to look like you're not supposed to be there when you're sneaking around invisibly.
I think we should all just trek towards the building.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
But does he like
I'll
that
do
idea
that.
because it means he gets to kill us?
No, we'll have to find out, won't we? All right, locked in.
Yeah.
That's what you did. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm okay with just like going.
I turn invisible and then fly over here by myself.
You get attacked. A giant robot that can see invisibility attacks you. No. Okay, so if you do trek up through the jungle, you can easily do it. It just takes some time. The jungle is thick enough that like, and the flying demons that you saw before were pretty much exclusively flying over the prison itself, not over this part of the island. And so once you're under the tree cover, there's definitely like denizens that you're like hearing. Like there's some other creatures in this thing. You definitely see lots of like fiendish monkeys and baboons and things, right? But in terms of like any, as long as you're like heading straight to the prison, you don't spend enough time in the jungle to kind of like get the attention of anything that lives here. You can manage to get through without getting attacked by anything. Here's a question: are you leaving anyone at the ship, or are you leaving it completely unguarded? Or are you casting some sort of spell maybe to defend it? Do you have any ideas there?
Here's the thing. What of value do we have on the ship besides the ship itself?
Just that probably.
So
Wake portal.
Probably just
Yeah, that's true. The wake portal.
because I'm like, if we just leave it there, it seems like even if everything gets picked clean, they leave the boat. So what are we
Right.
really losing if we just leave it there?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, my only concern is really just losing the wake portal and having to figure out some other way.
Can we?
Well, so
How-
Benedict has plane shift prepared always. That's his 9th level spell that he's had prepared just in case. So
And we trust Benedict entirely and completely right now.
Unfortunately.
actually, that's a good point. I should probably like change his prepared spells based on what's been going on with him. Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, I guess if that's the case, then we're probably going to take everybody with us.
Yep.
I agree.
Yeah, because I feel like if
I do
we
think
just
that
leave-
maybe Benedict says before you guys leave, he's looking at the ship and he says, should I leave some sort of parting gift for anyone who decides they're stupid enough to come in and scour our ship? I have a spell
What
that
are you
would be just
thinking?
the thing. Symbol of death.
What does symbol of death do?
I'm trying to find that information currently. This is weirdly laid out here. It's just this symbol does different things. Symbol of death specifically is each target makes a Constitution saving throw, taking 10d10 necrotic damage on a failed save. Yeah, I guess this is mostly useful when it's a trap that you can then take advantage of.
Doesn't it take like an hour or something to set up though?
Just a minute.
Oh,
it does actually consume some materials too, so probably he wouldn't have suggested that then. I don't think he has those. That's the thing with these high-level spells. Yeah, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, I just kind of feel like in this case, like if we leave one person behind, it's just kind of leaving them to their death, because if anybody does attack, what is one person really going to do against
Yeah.
attacking demons?
If there's any way to obscure like
Is there any way to turn our boat into a tiny boat?
technically yes.
I
It's called enlarge reduce.
don't know if it works on something that big, but I guess we just have to find out.
Can I PETA the boat and paint it
It
to
only
turn it
lasts
into a mossy rock?
It only lasts 1 minute in large reduce.
Caleb, was that a no?
No. What do you think, Emily? What do you think?
I think that I should always just ask.
I suppose so. So you guys approaching the prison? No other prep?
I think Jordan was trying to think of a way to obscure a ship a little bit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, I was just gonna ask if there's any way for us to obscure the ship, so we, like, I don't know. I'm sure that what is it, the sea wyvern? Is that right?
Mhm.
I'm sure sea wyvern is etched into the side of the ship, so obviously we couldn't just cover that up. But I don't
Yeah.
know. At least, like, I don't know if we have any flags or anything.
I don't know. That'd
But
be
we
up to you
could-
guys, I suppose.
Huh?
I said that'd be up to you guys. I'm not sure if you would.
I don't think we do. Um, just like, to obscure it in a way that prevents people from knowing immediately, that one specific adventuring party is here.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't think of any specific way to obscure the ship like that. So we maybe just don't.
Yep. Okay. All right. So you guys climb your way up Paradise, and you end up at Divided's Ire. All right. Let me find this info. So, Divided's Ire consists of 3 massive buildings connected by a series of bridges. The eastern structure is the largest, though in the worst shape, having suffered structural damage, looks like. To the west are 2 large structures, one built on either side of the caldera. These buildings are in great condition considering their proximity to the volcano. Between the eastern structure and the western buildings is a drop that descends almost 2,000 feet to the sea below, a gap that leaves an impossibly thin cliff face along the eastern side of the volcano, right? Like, it doesn't actually make sense. This is like an extraplanar thing, but like the actual lava would not be able to be held by that thin of a wall of rock at the edge of the cliff face there, but it's magic. A fourth and final, crossing this gap are 2 massive bridges. A fourth and final structure stands on a small island in the middle of the lava flow, right here, actually. This little thing. There's like a smaller bridge that kind of connects it. The exterior of the building seems particularly macabre, decorated with bas-reliefs and friezes showing demons in profane acts of debauchery. I'll spare you the gory details, but it's mostly like pleasure palace sort of stuff, right? Soot and ash stain everything here, and the air is alive with fluttering cinders that burn whatever they touch. Plumes of toxic smoke hang in the air above, choking the life out of everything and anyone who lingers here. As a result, the immediate environs of both islands are scorched earth littered with the blackened remains of old corpses, twisted trees, and indefinable lumps of burnt material. Let's see. That was a detail that I forgot about. Good to know. The external walls, as you get closer, kind of come out of the tree cover. You see that they are hewn stone, and the wall directly ahead of you, you see the following. I'll go ahead and drag you guys to the first of these maps. Actually, let me make sure I can do this right. I'm going to go ahead and make sure your tokens are here. I actually need to make sure that I set up the whole party thing that they have on Roll20 now, where you can like designate everybody as the party and then just instantly drop everybody into a map. Still haven't done that yet.
Before we get into the building, would this be a good time for a break?
Yes, my plan was to describe
Okay.
the front of the building and then for us to take a
Sorry.
break. You're good, you're good. Just dragging your guys' tokens out real quick. And then we will do so. Oh yeah, I gotta get Benedict. Oh, he does not have 34 hit points. We got Surge, and we got Nestor and his hawk. Still need to change the details on that. Okay. Let me know if this map is working like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Can you see things? All right,
Yes.
cool. So you're on the outside of this kind of big structure. A gaping hole in the wall opens onto a massive chamber strewn with debris. The floor is riddled with cracks connecting to a great rent in the floor. On the far side of the chasm stands a hastily constructed wall of stone blocks and jagged boulders. So this is the most obvious entrance that you see as you are like getting closer to the wall of the prison. You can go somewhere else or like go around the other side of the building if you'd like. But you see this just like giant hole in the wall that seems like a pretty convenient place to enter. There are no demons nearby that you can see. And while you're like kind of at the edge of the tree line trying to figure out how to approach, we'll go ahead and take a break there and come back and do some prison delving when we return on Terra Invicta. Stick around. We'll be back.